Hey, it's Louise Schofield. I'm now joined with Ethan, aka Tentons, on Zoom during lockdown at the moment. How are you, Ethan? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Not bad, not bad. How's lockdown 3.0 been treating you? How's it been?
Um, Not too bad. It definitely feels like the worst of the three. Just because it's so cold and wintry, so it's like you can't
Yeah.
even go outside and do stuff really. But yeah, it's okay.
Have you had a lot of snow? Have you been snowed in?
A little bit. I'm not really a massitive fan of snow. I know that's
Are
not like
you
the
not?
most popular opinion, but I'm kind of like take it or leave it, to be honest.
If you can get rid of it, you can. Just see you later, snow. Have you been binging any shows or watching anything during lockdown? Have you been getting involved with anything on there?
This I've been watching loads of films recently, like getting into watching new films again. Because like I feel like the other lockdowns, there was just too much going on. I was like, just focus on music, and the rest of it, I was like, I can't focus on anything. So I watched loads of films, and I watched that the Queen's Gambit, the one about chess, the
Oh,
series
I
on.
want to see that. Is it good? I need to watch that.
Yeah, it's quite cool because it's like set in the '60s, so it looks kind of cool, and it's like got a cool aesthetic.
Everything looks good in the 60s, isn't it? It's just that
Yeah.
it's just that era, it's so good. But it
Yeah.
feels so strange because I mean, like in 2019, you were playing house parties and you were going into different people's houses, and then 2020, what a different year that is. I mean, like it just feels like such a long time ago. Does it feel weird thinking about like you were playing in people's houses in 2019 and now this is all going on?
Yeah, and I keep getting those like little like Instagram reminders of like 2 years ago today you were doing this, and I'm like, I know,
I know, stop telling me.
I know, and it'll be like just just even seeing that many people just crammed into a little room, as you say, it's just like that is seems so bizarre now. But yeah,
Yeah. I know, because
sad.
it's just you can't even do that with our own friends, let alone like, people that you're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
going to people's houses. So it's like,
yeah.
oh damn, I missed that. But I was having a look at your 10 tons weekly playlist and you promised some solid gold bangers on there. And I think you delivered. You had a bit of Phoebe Bridges on there, a bit of Mark DeMarco, a bit of the Strokes. But you also had Jerk It Out by Caesars. I
Yeah.
mean, if that's not a solid gold banger, I don't know what is. Now
Exactly.
61, eat your heart out.
Every time I hear that song, I'm like, it's so good and also kind of shit at the same time. But
Terrible, yeah.
it's like such a fine line, and it's always on the good side. But it's like I don't. There's a bit of magic in there. I don't know what they've done, but it's good.
It reminds me of
Um,
like being at a house party with glow sticks when I was younger. Like it's that kind of vibe. It's just got that whole feel to it, whole thing.
yeah, I haven't done that. I haven't updated the playlist in a while because it got to the point where there was like 4,000 songs, and I was like, I feel like nobody's really that interested anymore but me. So I'm gonna get rid of some and then maybe start doing it again. I think.
Yeah, you give it a bit of a break. You get some fresh ideas and some bangers that you can put in there. That's the way to do it. But I was having a look. You're doing some like pastels. You've been doing some pastels, and you made your own Instagram for your old pastels as well. Have you been doing that for a while, or is that something you've started during lockdown?
Um, when I was in London, like it would have been in 2018, I just went to Wilko's one day and bought
Yes.
some paper and some pastels because I was bored, and so I
Yeah.
started doing them then. And then they kind of just sat around, and then being back in lockdown, I was like, oh, I should do that again. And because I've moved out again, I've kind of got the space to do it. And like, because I was living with my dad before, and I feel like if I just put like weird pastels around the house, I can what is going on.
Put it on the fridge.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so yeah, I've just started doing it again, but it's just for my own fun, really. I just like doing them, but yeah.
I mean, if there's Wilco's is the place to go. I mean, like if you can't get some pastels from Wilco's, where can you go? So that's, but it's nice as well that you're being quite artistic with stuff. Because I think it's quite nice to like have a little outlet where you can do that kind of stuff. Because a lot of your music videos, they have quite an artistic feel. Like for example, Lucy. I mean, that is like interstellar vibes. It's really cool. It's like really kind of psychedelic kind of feel to it. Do you have an idea of how you want some of your music videos to look before like you make them, or do they kind of just come organically when you have a chat with someone?
I usually have quite an idea, probably quite annoyingly have ideas because I feel like the people that are in charge of them just want to be left alone. But for Lucy, I was just like, I wanted it to be in space, and my idea was like that I'd be an astronaut and it'd be like super high, like
Yeah.
value. And they're like, that's not really going to be a thing. Like, you can't actually look like you're in space. And so we did the next best thing. But it looks so cool because yeah, the director did all those kind of all the like mixed media, whatever, like collagey stuff. And I thought it looked really cool.
It did look sick. Like I like watching music videos where you just feel a bit lost in them because like all your music videos have like the very little charm to them as well. Because GIVE, I mean, you got to work with dogs for a day. How good is that? I mean, did you plan that on purpose? You were like, you know what this song needs? Some dogs.
Yeah, I was like kind of not on board with it at first because I was like, they always say like don't work with animals or kids, isn't it? And I was just seems like it's gonna be probably kind of shit. But it was one of the best days. It was so much fun. Yeah, because there was like 2 sets of like main dogs.
Yeah.
And there was like a set of backup dogs in case any of those dogs weren't up for it. It was mental.
That is the dream. Backup dogs. I want that in my life. Like just some backup dogs. That's good. But you've worked with some great people over your career as well. You've worked with Hugo White and Dan Gretsch, and on Girlie You Don't Like Me, you worked with Jad Jago, which is awesome. So all of these producers, they have worked with people, and they've obviously been in bands that have a similar kind of vibe, that kind of very upbeat feeling to their music as well. So do you kind of like know who you'd like to work with on certain tracks, or does it kind of like just kind of put your feelers out and see who fits best?
Yeah, it's kind of just like see who like I get along with really, because like with Hugo, he's the first producer I've met, and I think the original plan was that I'd meet a few and kind of see who was the best fit, and I kind of just got on with him, so I was like, yeah, cool, let's just like, I don't know, do it. And so yeah, now I'm doing it with Jag, and it's kind of more like co-production stuff, so I've kind of taken more of the control of it, which is really cool. I think it's still like good to collaborate, and I need to remember that, but I'm also kind of like I like doing stuff myself if I can. So yeah, I've kind of just done it myself at the moment, but yeah.
It's quite hard, isn't it? Because it's your baby, your track, isn't it? And you've kind of written it. And because I heard the stripped back version you did of it as well, which was really, really nice. And you've done quite a few stripped back versions of your songs. And it shows a strong song when you can strip it back and it sounds just as catchy. Because I've had Lucy in my head since the first listen anyway. So it's still in there. And even on the stripped back version, you know, you get all the songs in there and it's good. And you keep them going.
I remember my A-level music teacher said, the sign of a good song is you should be able to just play it on guitar and sing in it, and then that's the kind of like true test. So I kind of always, that's the aim really, is that's the test.
Yeah, and it's nice to hear them like that as well, because do they start out like stripped back, or do they start out like quite full frontal?
I don't know, they used to I do always just write on acoustic guitar and then build it up from there, but I've kind of, because I've started getting into more of the production side of things, I start more now with the track and then kind of fill it in from there. So the ones I've been writing recently have been more like, starting a bit more upfront. So like Girl, You Lonely Like Me started with that kind of, it started pretty much how it sounds at the moment, but like obviously the demo version of it.
Yeah, it's so nice to see how it goes though, with it, and then you put that cheeky production on there, and it's like bam, off it goes. It's good. But I've seen the t-shirts that you were bringing out for that track as well. It's so cool. I mean, that looks like a Netflix series in itself. Like if you ever have a Netflix series, that needs to be the poster because it looks so sick. Who designed that? It looks awesome.
Yeah, it's my friend Lauren did it. She's like a designer and does all these like mad collagey things, and so I really wanted to get her to do my merch because I was like, that's how I wanted the Lucy video to look. Like me in space, so I was like, that's sick. So yeah, she designed it. But yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, so cool. It looks so good. I mean, like it's something you could put on your wall as well as like a picture. You could put that on a canvas. I mean, that's the thing with merch, isn't it? You want it on somebody's wall or on a t-shirt, and that's all you need. So it's good. But that was the first video, Girlie You Don't Like Me. The first video, I think you said, in a year and a half that you've done, which seems crazy. I mean, how is it kind of getting back into that zone and getting into like video time again?
Yeah, it was weird. I'm not a massive fan of the videos really, because they kind of all get a bit mad, and then you end up with 70 dogs, and there's like a massive
backups, yeah.
Yeah, and everyone's just like, it's all like, now you've got to do the thing, and I'm always like, oh, there's too many people in it. So kind of COVID was a bit of a blessing in disguise, because it meant that our crew could only be 5 people and then me as well. So it was great. I did it with my friends, Adam and Christy, who have this company called Paint Studios. But they've done loads of, Christy's been on tour with me before and taken photos and made little tour videos. And so I kind of just said to them, like, I kind of wanted it just to look kind of a bit cool and simple, and they kind of came up with a concept and whatever. But yeah, it was really fun. We did it in Bristol as well, so that was good.
Oh, so, I mean, it does have that vibe as well, because it's like kind of a lockdown feel, because it's just you on your own, and it's like, you know, you got the pulley system going on.
Yeah, exactly,
and stuff. Yeah.
They were like, we don't want to do a Zoom music video because I feel like that's been done quite a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Like me stuck in my house. They were like, let's just do a little like nod and make it feel cool, but not too over the moment.
Yeah, you've done it lockdown, but in a cool way.
Yeah.
That's the vibe. That's good. Yeah. But I've seen you've been getting on board with TikTok as well, because people have said like TikTok, a lot of bands and stuff have said TikTok's a really good way to kind of get your music out there as well, because you can do duets and
Mm.
people can get listening and you can get your fans involved as well. Have you found like TikTok quite a nice way to kind of push your tracks out and stuff?
Yeah, it's also like just the funniest app that I've ever had. Like I never had Vine when it was about, because I was always a bit like, oh, I don't really know what's. It was like that's not. It like passed me by.
Me neither. Yeah.
It's so funny, and I spend so much time on it. It's so bad, but yeah, and then also it's just a good way to like kind of another way to connect to fans and play little like covers and acousticy things or whatever. But yeah, I just like it because it's so funny.
It's
People-
just bizarre, isn't it? You
Yeah.
scroll and you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And then it's like some weird lip syncing video, and it's just like, I
Yeah,
don't know how to
it
cope.
just goes like it's so rapid, and the difference in videos is so mad. It'll be like a little cute dog, and they'll
Yeah.
be saying the weirdest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like somebody, I don't know, playing guitar or whatever. It's really weird.
The brains of some people, I mean, it comes out on there. I mean, it's
Yeah,
interesting to see. Yeah, it's good, but it's good. I mean, it makes a place for, because I'm quite strange as well, and I like to do little sketches and stuff, and I think it gives an outlet for those little things to do, and I think more people
Yeah.
are doing it with their creativity, aren't they? And you can just whack it on. And
Yeah, exactly. I think it's nice when it feels like it's getting to the point now where people, I guess it's maybe part to lockdown as well, but kind of, I think any time when people can be creative and expressive is always cool.
whack it
So,
on there. Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe you could bring some of your pastels to life.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
go full on animation. So have you been writing a lot during lockdown? It's been quite a productive time for you, like getting some new music out and getting it written and stuff.
Yeah, I've kind of found it a really productive time, really. Because I guess it's the only music-y thing that I can do, and I also love writing songs. It's like my favorite thing. So yeah, it's been really cool, and especially like moving out as well, because I've got a little space now where I've got like a little setup of
Oh, sick.
my guitar and stuff. So yeah, I've been writing a lot. It's been good time.
Yeah, it is quite productive because you are in your own head a lot, aren't you? And you kind of just have that space to get down and get creative with stuff. So I think it's quite nice. I think so many artists have so much music now because they've written so much on lockdown. They've got like 4 albums worth of music just ready to play. So it's like, get it out.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of like it's like music for me is always like a really good distraction anyway. So like that's the number one thing I've needed in the last year or whatever. So it's been just a good thing to kind of focus on and like have a goal about and just kind of can just commit to it. It's good.
I feel that you must be so excited to play it live though. You must, especially girly gang like me, you must be so buzzing to get that out to the world, like live as well.
Yeah, I know. I kind of like, especially like that song, because I was like, I wrote it specifically to be played live. So yeah, just can't wait for that.
It's going to be a big energy, all those shows as well. BBC Radio 1 play, Annie Mac got hold of it as well. So it's had some like brilliant, I mean, it's great for you because releasing in lockdown must be quite scary anyway, just with the whole kind of not being able to play live and stuff. But it looks like it smashed it and your social media is going mad and everything. So it's
Thank
good.
you very much. Yeah, I've it's the first record I've self-released as well.
Oh, wow.
So it was like a bit of like a as well. So yeah, it's good. But yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, smashed it. Well, Ethan, thank you so much for chatting to me today. It's been very exciting. Look forward to this new music as well that you've been writing. It's all going to be good. And enjoy your TikToks.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.